Hi guys, welcome back to Daily Market Analysis. I'm Dhruv and let's get started. So first, let's actually try to think about what's happening into Nifty. Nifty gave a closing about 20 points above yesterday. And if you look at the intraday levels that we actually talked about, 35,910 again acting as a support till now. So how did I draw this particular support? That's kind of a very interesting insight to understand. So the highest price of monthly candle of October was 25,907. Basically, when I tried to draw support and resistance, that from here, the chart will go down and it will take support and it will go from here up. Resistance is basically if the chart is moving up and it take a hit there and then like the price will fall down. That's called support and resistance. So how do I actually draw it? And I just look at support and resistance. I don't look at any other things. I look at candlestick and support and resistance. That is it. So when you're trying to think about that, what is the highest price possible of this candle was 25,910. That's where we made some sort of support. So how was that a support and not a resistance? So when the chart is above that particular line, right? When the 5 minute time frame or daily time frame is above that particular line, we treat it as a support. We don't treat it as a resistance. You have to understand this particular thing, right? So again, intraday, if you would have been doing it from watching this particular series, you would actually be very good at it and you will make some sort of money in options buying, definitely, from what I can tell from my analysis. Yeah, so today again it gave some sort of small, look like doji, sorry, hammer, and then again it is ready to go till like 26,100. Again we have to see till this week, are we able to actually touch the, break this 26,000. But it's very nearby. But the Nifty futures are showing some sort of sell off. Again we have to look it. A bank Nifty gave a closing 118 points above this. So what's the next level that I could think of when we are trying to understand bank Nifty? On a monthly chart again, right, as you go higher and higher, then you will be able to understand that 60,540 currently is acting as a support. So how did I just change my support and resistance from, what do you say, monthly to something called pivot, and that too in the pivot points you have to do the setting that to include Fibonacci. So Fibonacci, you'll find the trend Fibonacci sum series like 1 plus 1 2 2 plus 1 3 3 plus 2 5, like this. There's a series of how exactly, and from the flower till your face to everything, whatever you can imagine, everything has Fibonacci series, pure maths. So and markets also follow the same sort of things, and on the basis of just Fibonacci, I'm able to understand that 60,500 is acting as a support. Again, then I'll remove this so that the chart becomes much clearer, and then you can see that from the past 3 days it is taking support at 60,540. So why did I switch from monthly time frame, 6 months to 12 months time frame to actually just Fibonacci? Because as the chart is moving on an uptrend, I won't be able to find monthly support and resistance. So here you can see this. On a current month we do not account for this particular candle, so this will be applicable for the next month's resistance, because we don't account for this month, what do you say, analysis, right? On a weekly time frame, even if you look at, again we won't be able to account it. So on a weekly time frame, actually it looks like some sort of hammer appearing at the top of the channel. That's not very good, but we have to wait for the perfect hammer to appear. Yeah. So again, let's try to understand that 60,540, and then I'll just update it on the sheet that we made. Both of the index form some sort of hammer looking like structure, but this weakness, that's what I can smell from just watching the charts, that Nifty and Bank Nifty both form hammer at the top of the trend, an uptrend, bullish but weak buying. let's try to understand what's actually happening into the OI side of the world. So again, Nifty taking, so there's a major resistance forming at 26,000. That's why the future is also showing some sort of negativity around it. And so I don't like this is a major resistance thing, and the support is at like 25,900. 26,000 acting as a resistance. Good chance of consolidation for some time at the same level. So good chance of consolidation for some time at the same level. Maybe market will take time to actually break the 26,000 level. PCR has come down to 0.9. So again, this is something interesting. What is happening to options data? Let's try to think of it in this way. FII Pro and client 11th Feb, the data is updated. Sold call, sold puts, but sold more puts, so positive, right? Overall negative. Bought calls, bought puts, but on a net basis, bought more puts compared to more calls, so then negative, right? FI is positive, but the quantities are much less. I don't know why this is happening. And sold calls and bought puts, but sold call and bought puts, so that's basically negative, right? So interesting is this, that pro and client making less positions, actually client being much less positions, and both of them are, what do you say, bearish. FII is bullish. FII is bullish. Pro and futures data. Again, they are actually cutting their futures position, futures sell position, again buying 246. So if I bought 246 crores futures. Let's try to understand what is happening to cash market. Cash market, FII bought 1000 crores in stock. FII bought 1000 crores in cash today. So first we'll try to understand that what's actually happening into other markets, and then maybe we'll have somewhere to go. S&P up, but marginally up, both the indexes. DAX also having low volatility. I don't know why this low volatility suddenly, and this is like almost in the middle of this month. Nikkei is also kind of what do you say, flat. Actually all the indexes are flat. Look at it. This is like amazing to actually see. Dollar index flat. Gold 1% up. Silver was 4% up, but currently 3% up. USD INR also consolidating. Almost everything is flat. TLT is flat. EDV is flat. US 10-year bonds, what do you say, forming hammer, inverted hammer again. And US 10-year bond yield also forming inverted hammer, and looks like the sell-off, the way that they have given the consolidation, got this breakout and failed breakout, looks like it's not going to sustain and stuff. US, that's what my verdict is, right, from the last couple of days, that from just looking at the chart, something is off the table, that the oil might actually go much higher. BTC like again lost like 3.5%. So all the guys who were mega bullish on crypto, and they're nowhere to find at this point of time, but the big sharks are telling that it's you don't panic and stuff, but anyone would panic if something will lose like 50% of its value, and something that doesn't have any sort of sense at this point of time. But again, this is much more an acceptable world, and definitely BTC is getting accepted in almost every countries. So yeah, I don't know if this overall, what do you say, downtrend after a very long time would actually make the buyers of all these BTC, like you can purchase car and real estate with the help of all of this. Maybe the trend might reverse just because the crash is quite wide. Obviously, they would have made a lot of money, doing all of this, but again, accepting payments and continuously accepting the payments, even though the something is going wrong, something is going down, then you would actually fear, right, that am I stupid to actually lose stuff from BTC and was the story over? Yeah, thank you so much for today. And markets, it's tricky. Like the data shows some negativity. 26,000 again is acting as a resistance. We have to wait until it actually breaks. So the next actually line is at 26,100, right? If it moves up, you know that you have to what do you say, start shorting the Nifty at 26,100. That's basically the overall plan. Buy at 25,900, sell at 26,100. That is the plan that you can follow for now. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Keep your capital safe now.